Everyone, Bree Hardcore Stereo here. I wanted to tell you guys my reaction on Girl Meets World ending. Well, let me tell you my background with the Disney Channel first. I grew up with Lizzie McGuire when I was really little in elementary school, and then Hannah Montana. I was like obsessed with that show and used to have dreams that I was her twin. And she said, "Do you want to be Hannah today? I don't feel like doing it." And I'd say, "Sure." And I kind of do look like her. You can't really tell, but I've been told I look and sound like her. I guess, yeah, kind of. And so I took on the name Little Miley with some friends because I guess I kind of sound and look like her, and I'm more like the innocent side of her. I'm more innocent definitely than she is, but she's definitely matured a lot since Selena. But anyway, this isn't about Miley. And yeah, I loved how Selena and Demi were friends, and it's funny because I loved Barney. That was my favorite show from ages 1 to 4 or 1 to 3.5, and I'd watch it while potty training when I didn't get out of diapers till 3.5. But anyway, no wonder I like Barney so much. Demi and Selena were on a few episodes. But anyway, yeah, I was devastated when their friendship ended, and I have a feling I know the real reason why. It may have been because Demi was at her time of crisis, and Selena became friends and started hanging out with Taylor more. I know they were already friends. And she wanted someone normal, and I guess she couldn't handle all that. I don't hate Selena. I'm not a hater. I'm just not very fond of who she's become. But I will always be a Lovatic, and I used to be a Selena hater too. But anyway, so yeah, you get it. So yeah, my favorite DComs I'd say of all time are Camp Rock, in order: Camp Rock, the Camp Rock series, High School Musical series, Princess Protection Program, and that movie DCom Starstruck, starring Sterling Knight as Christopher Wilde. He was on the show, so I knew if a chance when Demi had a original series. She's way better than Disney now, but I don't blame her for staying with Hollywood Records. I guess she is loyal to them, even though she could probably leave any time she wants because they gave her start. Anyway, yeah, she was an amazing Mitchie. Demi's amazing in so many ways, but I'll do that for another video. Why I love Demi Lovato so much, and she's an inspiration to me. Okay, so Girl Meets World. Like I didn't mention the shows I liked. Oh yeah, Lizzie McGuire, Hannah Montana. I was obsessed quoting the show all the time in middle school, annoying people, not meaning to, of course, but like I really liked the show, so I'd quote it, have dreams I was her twin, and she said, "I don't want to be Hannah today, you want to do it?" I'll say, "Sure." Many people have said I look and sound like her. Anyway, so Girl Meets World. I fell in love with that show and the characters. It's the best thing I'd say. This is a huge compliment coming from me because I loved Hannah Montana so much, and in general, because Hannah Montana is such a big series. It was the best thing since Hannah Montana, and it wasn't so corny, and it was really good acting, and it actually taught you things. It taught you real life lessons, and it just gave me all the feels, and I felt so connected with the characters. Between me and my friends, I feel more like Riley, but in general, I feel more like Maya, a rebel, kind of broken, kind of lost, and then her friends help her find her way. But in between my friends, I feel more like the innocent, do-gooder one who's always who's always happy and smiling and smiley, Miley, who's always smiling and enthusiastic and full of spirit. So I feel more like Riley when I'm with my friends, but on my own, I feel like Maya, a rebel and not always the best daughter and doesn't apply herself enough in school. And her friends help her see her potential. But when I'm with my friends, I feel I'm more like Riley, like really like perky and cheerful and smiling all the time and full of enthusiasm. So the show, I loved it so much from the very first episode, and I just got into it more and more over time, and the episodes are so relatable. It taught me lessons. I'm 22 that I haven't even learned yet, or far that I would need to learn, and it really taught me a lot, and I really grew close to the characters as if the characters were my friends too. I felt I could relate to them, as I said, and the lessons taught me so much, and it just gave me all the feels, and I really could feel what they're feeling. Yeah, I really felt like I could connect with the show. On a side note, if I was a 15-year-old boy, I would definitely date Riley or Maya, because they are such cute, sweet, pretty, good-hearted girls who really deserve a good guy. And like I said in my expose, I feel immature for my age. So sometimes I feel the oldest I feel is 19, but I often feel 15, and I'm also gender fluid and androgynous. So sometimes I feel like a male. But I often feel like I'm not like a 19-year-old male, like a 15-year-old male. So if I was a 15-year-old male, I would totally date and then have like cute little sweet dates with Riley or Maya. Who would I choose if I was Lucas? Well, in the beginning I fought Riley, but like myself with my friends, I feel like parts of me, but well, they're good parts of me, and the good parts of me are Riley, but I think there are a lot of good parts of me, like Maya's strength and and her loyalty to her friends, because they're like both loyal to their friends and to each other. I think I guess if I was Lucas personally, like for myself as a person, I would have chose Maya. Originally, like on the show, I think he made the right choice, but like, on the choice for the show. But for me, I would have chose Maya because like I get her internal struggle and her rebellion and like she doesn't want to get good grades. But I'd be more like Lucas. In real life, I'm like Lucas. I'm like a do-gooder, and I protect the sheep, and feel like I need to protect her. And Maya doesn't need protecting. She just needs her best friend Maya, and she more likes bad boys. So in real life, I'd be Lucas asking Maya out, and she'd end up saying, I don't think I like you like that. You're too much of a good guy. But yeah, he's not really a bad guy. He's just older, more mature. Than when Maya likes Josh. I'm definitely not like Josh. I'm definitely not like Lucas. But anyway, I'm I guess a cross in between Maya and Riley. I do like Maya's strength, like I said, and the loyalty that she has. They both learned loyalty. I don't think Riley taught her that. That was developed when they became friends, and they were always there for each other. And I'd be Riley, and I'm like Riley in a friendship because, like I said, I'm smiley and I'm enthusiastic, and also because I encourage people to let me in and to open up about their problems. I'm like Maya because, well, Maya's a good listener actually, but they both are. I'm like, that's when I'm not like either of them. I'm not a good listener. I talk a lot. I have trouble listening to people, but I do want to hear people have to say. So I'd be like Riley, trying to get the friend to open up and be their friend, and I see the good and potential in others. I always see the good, so I get run over easily and let down. But anyway, I had a good connection with that show, and I really loved that show. And I think if Disney effing would have paid the actors more, the series would have continued on. And I guess it didn't reach their demographic projected audience, which was, I think, to go up to 14. I think the average viewers they got were younger, I guess up to the age of 9. I'm their oldest Disney Channel viewer, obviously, and longest. I'm 22 and I've been watching maybe since I was 9, if we didn't get digital cable since I was 10, and I heard a little bit about the Disney Channel when I was 9. I'd watch it when I go to my grandmother's in PA. We don't get it local access, so thank God we got this digital cable. I never would have watched any of these shows, and you know, well, you have to get it now, but but I never would have came across the Disney Channel. I never would have got to really watch it because we don't have to get it local access where I live. But yeah, if they would have played the actors more and really didn't let it go, and you know, like, and really tried hard to get their demographic audience, I wouldn't be surprised if people over the age of 10 are watching. My cousin who's 10 doesn't watch. My friend's daughter who's 10 doesn't watch. I don't understand. So who's watching then? I guess people 9 and others are the main people who watch. I guess they were trying to target 9 to 14. One of the websites that was just explaining the show, why it was probably canceled, actually why I think it was canceled, they actually go up to the age of 16, because I remember when I was 16, I thought I was too old to participate in the contest on Radio Disney, so I never called in. And it turns out, I looked it up, you can be up to 16 and on Radio Disney call in and you can participate in the contest. And yeah, and I didn't know that. If I would have known that at the time, I would have called in. It feels weird, even though I sound like a lot younger. Some people say I look 19. Some people think I look a little bit younger than 19. I wouldn't do that because that would be scamming. But yeah, I want the kids to win. It's not fair. That's not fair. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't take anyone's chances of winning by calling in. I want the kids to win. It's about the kids. Honestly, I don't think you're ever too old for the Disney Channel. I have lost some respect. I did gain it back when I watched that show Andy Mack, though, because it's really good and has a really surprise twist. It's surprisingly very mature, but Girl Meets World is very mature. Like I said, it teaches a lot of life lessons kids and young teens, tweens need to know. I mean, Boy Meets World, I never really watched Boy Meets World. I barely remember. I don't know how old I was, but I was probably like 6 or 7, and I never heard of it till like later. I'd see it on TV once in a while, and I'd glance at it. I never really heard of it. That was years later. I didn't really hear of it till Girl Meets World, the spin-off of Boy Meets World. Didn't hear of it. Otherwise, I probably would have got into it, but they talked about more adult topics, but Girl Meets World was pretty mature. Andy Mack's a great show, though. Give it a shot, because I watched the first 2 episodes. They're released on DisneyChannel.com when you log in with your cable provider, and it was great. And I really think you guys will like it, and it's very mature. But like, I think it's really good for all ages, and it's going to teach something very important, and it's a very important, broad topic that I think children need to know. So yeah, that made me regain respect for the Disney Channel after we lost Girl Meets World. My heart was broken. So here's my exact reaction when I caught up with the episodes and watched the rest of the season 3 on Netflix. No! I really was getting dramatic. It's not just because I have bipolar. Yeah, that's one reason, a big reason, one of the many reasons I like Demi Lovato is because she's a mental health advocate. She gets it. So I got kind of emotional. I get emotional to some of the episodes, and not just because I was having an emotional month, because it brought out my feels. I was getting emotional. Yeah, and I was like, oh my god, and it's over, and it's only been 3 seasons. They really did have to cut it short. I know they could have covered a lot more, but of course Disney canceled it. Andy Mack saved my respect. I might as well be their oldest and longest viewer of all time. Okay, so yeah, it was really hard to say goodbye, because it was like saying goodbye to my friends. Because I really liked that show, and I feel like I can relate to a lot of the characters, as I said. And the lessons, I feel like I was learning too, and I'm 22. But I'm immature for my age, so it really did teach me a lot, and I feel like I grew up with the show too. And it was definitely like my best friend. I watched it when I didn't have any friends to hang out with at the time, because they're busy and they have their own lives, whatever. They're busy. And so when I was lonely, I'd watch Girl Meets World, and I wouldn't feel so alone again. It would be my company. And I'd just take my mind off my friends, and I'd focus on my TV show friends on Girl Meets World. And I was devastated. I knew it was going to end, but I was like, oh. And they fucking made it, excuse me, my French, sorry. They effing made it seem like that they were going to move to England. And I was like, no. I was like, even knowing Disney, they didn't want to make that sad disappointment ending. I was like really sure they were going to move to England. If I say Disney, they were going to move to England because Topanga's a shark lawyer and she got a really big position there. I'm so glad they didn't. But they really effed with my feels, man. They really made it like certain that they were going to move to England, that's what the best decision was. And I'm really glad they decided it's not the right time to separate them yet. And now the girls, they get why it's their world, and they show the recap. I didn't even know who that, when he says my brother, I didn't even know who that was, because like I said, I didn't really hear much of Boy Meets World, like a little bit when I turn on TNIC, but I didn't really hear of it till I heard of Girl Meets World. I don't know, I was very little when it came out, and I think those topics, I don't know, I could have learned about them. They're really important to learn about, like, except for sex topics about, because there were some topics about sex that they can't cover on the Disney Channel, which is okay. I know about that, but like, pretty much all the topics on Boy Meets World, even though I think I was like a little kid, I think I could have used that show, and I would have. I could have used those lessons, and I would have learned a lot. And if I heard of it, I probably would have watched it, even though I was very young. Yeah, those lessons would have been important for me that they had to teach, and I teach a lot of the same lessons on Girl Meets World. I don't like when people say that it's not serious, or they say it's too serious, it's not funny enough, or it's not as serious as Boy Meets World. It is. You need to keep in mind it's for Disney Channel viewers. Like I said, it's like 6 to 16, because of Radio Disney not remind me, but I learned that you could not enter contests at 16. Anyway, I'm really devastated and really upset that it ended. However, I'm looking forward to seeing more episodes of Andy Mack by the creator of Lizzie McGuire, one of the earliest and first hit series of Disney Channel. I'd like to give a shout out to the creator of Lizzie McGuire. I love it. A shout out I love the new series, and I loved Lizzie McGuire, big Hilary Duff fan, and I also love Girl Meets World. A shout out to the Boy Meets World person who inspired it and who made Boy Meets World, which I know was a good series too, and for letting it be on the Disney Channel and adapting it so it could be on the Disney Channel. Wish it could have been longer, obviously. I also like to give a shout out to other shows I liked. That's So Raven, Phil the Future, and other older DComs I really liked, like the Xenon series was awesome. Xenon in the 21st century, I can't remember which is the first or second, and Xenon Z3 years later. That was a good, like, future space DCom when DCom's, well, DCom, you know, Disney Channel original movie when Xenon saves the world 3 times. And, you know, first, second, and she saves it yet again in the third one. Anyway, yeah, and this is all about girl power. So was Princess Protection Program. No, I think Princess Protection Program was more like finding yourself in friendship. That's a big thing of me. Finding yourself in friendship and loyalty, honesty, loyalty, being real and true to yourself and your friend is a big deal to me. So, yeah, I really like that meaning. And I see Xenon is about girl power and the girl saves the world. Oh yeah, and cartoon-wise, favorite cartoons I really actually paid attention to through it all. Kim Possible, dun, 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 dun. Call me, beat me if you want to meet she. That was a classic. Well, anyway, I'm really not happy the Girl Meets World ended. Okay, I'm not just being dramatic. I don't like it. I'm not happy. I really got attached and fell in love with that show and the characters. Anyway, yeah, I'm not happy it ended, but it was a good show. And I'd say for anybody who hasn't watched the 3 seasons, watch it. It's also on Netflix. You can probably find a lot of them on YouTube now. Who knows? But anyway, I'd like to thank Rowan Blanchard. I'd like to thank. Let's start in order. Okay, so the Boy Meets World parents, the original cast. I don't know all of them, but I know Ben Savage, Fishel. I'd like to give you a shout out too. I wish you guys got married in real life. That would be really awesome. Everybody would love that. It'd be so perfect, but it's all right. And then the guy who played the brother, who's kind of dumb now, and the cousin, or the one he calls my brother, who I don't even remember because, like I said, I'm sorry I didn't watch your show, the original one, you guys. I know you guys aren't going to see this. I know none of them are going to see this. I don't know the famous people, but I'd like to give a shout out. Rowan Blanchard for playing Riley. You were an amazing Riley. You totally nailed it. And I read you, I know you're a little young, like Miley was a little young. Before she got the part of Miley Stewart, they changed it from Zoe, actually, to Miley. And yeah, obviously she played Hannah, her alter ego. The famous version of her double life. Yeah, but anyway, she was a little young, and Rowan nailed it too, and she was a little young. And I'd like to say Miley didn't just get the part because of her dad. And if Miley hadn't got the part, her dad really would have been washed out and like a has-been. So Miley, I think, is a good actress. And watch Crime in 6 Scenes. It's on if you have Hulu, because it's really good. And it's a 16. It literally is in 6 scenes, but Miley plays an amazing. It shows off her acting ability a lot better than Hannah Montana did. It's not corny. I loved Hannah Montana so much. Yeah, it shows she plays a radical in the Vietnam War. Anyway, back to the shout out. Shout out to Sabrina Carpenter. You are not just an amazing actress, but an amazing singer. Okay, you and Rowan, keep going. All right, that's all I'm gonna say. Keep doing what you do. Rowan, I also know you're very smart and you have other things going for you. And I know you're an amazing singer, Sabrina. Corey Fogelman, you played the amazing geek friend finding himself, so now geek/teen heartthrob, transition from Farkle to Donnie Barnes to the geek teen heartthrob. Whoever played Smackle, you played a great girlfriend for life for Farkle. Go Smarkle, #Smarkle. Lucas, Peyton Meyer, you were an amazing Lucas, and I hope you and Rowan get together in real life. You're only like a year or two older than her. You guys would be so cute together. I'd love to see you guys get together in real life. You were an amazing protector of Riley and the group. And Corey Fogelmanis, you played an amazing Farkle from the start, and you were a great friend to them. And yeah, you were an amazing Lucas. You were an amazing Lucas. Peyton Meyer. Like I said, I want to see a couple, something. I want to see you guys get together or go on some dates. You know, when you guys are a little older maybe and focus on dating. You're a little too young. I really wasn't really ready for dating at 15. I literally just had my first love and broke my heart. She didn't break my, pansexual. She didn't break my heart, but over time I felt broken. I just got hurt. It was a silent breakup, but I'm no bitter or hard feelings towards her. She's a good person. She always will be, and I have nothing against her. I just really miss her, and I hope she'll come back someday, but I don't think she will. But she was my first love. So, like I said, I didn't really have any serious relationships until until the end of last year. It was 3 months, and the best 3 months of my life. So shout out to Zoe, my ex, who I will always love and care about and look out for. You will always be my first love, and you're a good person, and I know you didn't mean to hurt me and break my heart, which I felt over time. So you really did break my heart. Yeah, but I will always protect you, always. And you always have a place in my heart. And I know I still think you're really good and sweet person with a good heart. Okay, so what else? Who else do I need to give a shout out to? Little Augie, Augustus. Your name's Augustus and your name's Augie. How cute. Made your nickname, how you named your name Augie, I think based off your name Augustus. You were the greatest little brother. You made the greatest little brother. Go Augustus. You were great. And you and Ava Morgan Stern and you were Mr. Ava Morning Stern, and she was Mr. Augie Doggy Mouth. You guys were so cute. You guys were great. And I love Ava, your independence, and you're so proud of yourself and confident. And Augie, you were just the greatest little brother and husband to Ava, and vice versa. You were good to Augie. Oh, and Zay, I love when you joined the cast. Zay, you were great. You were a really good friend. You were funny and you were really sweet, and I think you're a really good, important character too. You're a good friend to Lucas, and you help Lucas talk more about his past, and so Lucas will more about himself. And you're a really good friend to Lucas in the group, and I just love when you sat next to Maya on the basket, and you were just saying how you were talking on the bucket, and you remember what it's about. But you thanked Maya for you played the character you played. You thanked Maya for talking to him when you felt like an outsider, and you appreciate things. It was so cute how you were upset how the character Riley took your cookie. You were great. Whoever played Zay, you were great. You were great. You who played Zay. Anyway, I love Girl Meets World, and I will always have that show in my heart, and I will watch the reruns, and I will try to get my friends to watch them too. Watch them with me, watch them on their own, because it was a really good show. So shout out to Girl Meets World. I will miss you. Peace and love. Peace and love. Be Hardcore Hysteria out. Please watch Girl Meets World. It was a good show.